What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Meathead podcast. Today we have a very special guest joining me in Big Mike Cox. Blah, 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 blah. It is King Kamali, top 10 Olympia finalist in his rookie season back in 2001. He stood on the Olympia stage twice. Welcome, 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 King. Great to have you.
Good to be here, brother.
Appreciate you doing this. So I didn't just bring you on because you probably know more about Hadi and Beirut than anybody else. You're one of those guys with an eye for physiques. You can talk about the sport like very few people on this planet. So I'm going to jump right into it.
I tell it like it is, man. I don't bullshit. I'll tell you what I see.
That's
what I do.
Is that the Predator in back of you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got that in some artist was selling. It's made out of all car parts. It's 100% car parts. So I bought it in Manhattan. He was one of these struggling artists. I had to have it. I had to.
It looks pretty badass to me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump right into things. We'll start with the Samson because no one's seen Samson except for Marlena and probably a couple people in his inner circle. But you're based on the pictures of his face, how caved in it looks. I've never seen Samson's face look like that before, and that's usually a really good indication of overall condition. What do you think? What do you think as far? Are we going to see a Samson we've never seen before, King?
Listen, here's the conundrum. Here's the problem. We're not in the 1990s and we're not in the 2000s anymore. We're not. Okay. Dexter said it best. He was the last of the Mohicans. When he retired, it became a different thing. Now it's all about the fullness, size, fullness. That's what they want now. Samson, they've been bitching and complaining about show me conditioning. I even saw a clip today with C-Bomb. He's in the car. He's like, it's probably going to be Samson, but I've never seen him in condition. You can't just say that. You can't just say he's got to go come. You got to be full too at the same time. This is not the 1990s where you can load up with Essa Clean the night before the show. It doesn't work like that anymore. Okay. It's a whole different ballgame. I think Samson will be in the best shape of his life, but he should not lose his fullness.
So, I mean, we have no idea. These videos, I don't even know how old this really is. It's probably from a week or so ago. I mean, he's always big. I mean, the only way we would know if he was full or flat is Friday night when he walks out there.
Correct.
Yeah, and, we're all on East Coast time, so it's going to be a long night for us, right?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, there we go. We had like a tenth of a second there of him in a tank top. But, man, if he is full and in better condition than we've ever seen him before, does anyone else stand a really good chance to beat him this time?
That's a great question. So this is every year we see the Olympia and we all say the same thing. This will be the best Olympia ever. And then halfway through prejudging, we all turn around and look at each other and say, okay, it's another Olympia. It's good and this and that. This person's off. I have a feeling this year we're going to be looking at, it's not apples and oranges. It's an apple against an orange, against a banana, against a grape. It's a whole bunch of different physiques. And you got to look at him and say, what do I like? Do I like the Freakazoid Godzilla Nick Walker? Do I like Samson, the big guy with the small waist, but he's got his conditioning? Do I like Derek Lunsford with that back double bicep and those glutes? Do I like Hadi, who's going to bring that Persian conditioning? It all depends on how these guys are going to come in and how they're going to dial it in. I honestly, this is the first time I don't know what the F is going to happen.
And you know what, too, Ron? These guys are going on later at night too. It's not at 12 o'clock anymore like it used to be. These guys have to nail that condition at night, like 9 o'clock at night, to be full, hard, and conditioned, and that's hard to do. I think as fans, we always think these guys. We judge these shows like everybody's gonna be 100%, right? But we know, like all these Instagram pictures is not gonna translate to the stage for the most part. We have consistent guys like Nick Walker coming to shape. Martin's known for his condition. For the most part, he kind of messed it up in Pittsburgh, but Martin's known for his condition. For me, though, bro, if Andrew Jack can ever nail it, that dude is Mr. Olympia in my head. That dude is just a walking predator, like behind you. I think he's very special, but like King said, that combination of fullness and condition, but it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, let me see. So look at that. Can you see that? His face? I've never seen Andrew's face look like that before. With those creases in the cheeks. He looks like LeBron James there a little bit. I've heard from a couple people. Kamalo Garni has been raving the past few days. He's seen him. that we're all in for a shock with Andrew. And he's another guy who never shows much in his updates. I don't think he's ever done a full body physique update his whole career. I know his whole career is only like 3.5 years. But if that guy's finally nailed the condition, I don't expect his hamstrings to be much better yet. I don't know if they're ever going to be phenomenal hamstrings like Tom Prince hamstrings. But if he ever just nailed the conditioning from the back, we've been saying for a couple of years, this is a guy that could win the Mr. Olympia someday. Could this be his year if he does all those things that we've been wanting him to do?
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough. Listen, Dorian said it best. Everyone kept saying, this is my favorite Dorian quote of all time. Everyone kept saying, if Nasser gets a back, he's going to be Dorian. Dorian laughed and said, he's been training for 16 years. What makes you think he's going to get a back in 1 year?
True.
Exactly here. We've been seeing Andrew over and over again. Every time we see him, we say the same thing. He looks a little shallow from the side. We need a little bit more sides. We all say that. And we also say what? Hams and glutes. So if he hasn't done it in the past 4 years, what makes you think he's going to make this stunning change in this 1 year? I think he's got an uphill battle. I like Andrew. I think he's a monster, the widest guy on stage, freaky, all that stuff. Can he bring the hams and glutes? Not sure.
What do you think, Mike?
We saw, remember that Arnold Classic he did where he was really conditioned? When he gets that condition, he flattens out, and that kind of wow factor isn't there. Right here, this is a good combination of size and condition. But like King said, like, it's always what if. Like, what if I was 6'6"? I'd be in the NBA.
Right there. When he hits that side chest, he looks shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you listen,
from the front and back, yeah, he's Mr. Olympia. But
you got some dogs from the side though, man. Like Nick Walker from the side, Martin from the side. It's an uphill battle, but you root for something. You root for this dude because it's just so pretty. And I think we all have this vision in our mind that when this guy finally nails it, it's going to be something special, right?
Yeah.
But, what if? Like I said, you can't live in the what if game, what if world,
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you get tired of waiting. So,
yeah.
Like, is this guy ever going to put it together or not? More facts. So Derek Lunsford is another X factor because he looked phenomenal at the Arnold Classic, one of his best looks ever. But his issue seems to be the legs are up and down. 23 Olympia when he won. Quads were nice and full. 24 Olympia, he lost a lot of fullness and pop in the quads. Comes back a few months later at the Arnold. Quads are nice and full again. 2 months later at the Pittsburgh, quads are deflated again. So with him, I don't know what to expect. I don't know which Derek we're going to see. What do you think, King? It's going to come down to quads for him or overall fullness condition? This is a tough call.
Yeah, for Derek to win the Mr. Olympia, he's going to have to be 110%.
Wow.
He's got to be 110%. I mean, that is the best. That's the only way I can say it. His legs, the conditioning over on his delts and his chest, these are the problems, and his ab shot. Listen, Derek, I always look at shot for shot. Derek has an issue. He loses the last 2 shots in every contest he's in. He loses the abdominal thigh. He loses the most muscular. Those are his 2 weakest points. So in other words, you're on a high from a back shots, and then you're going straight to 2 shots that you're going to lose. That's his problem. That's why I said he's got to be 110%. But saying that, I also heard Cutler talking today, and he said that he saw him, and he's got him winning the show. So I don't know.
I mean, I've heard so many people saying I saw so-and-so and they're winning the show, and it's all different guys they're referring to. So, I mean, I think if you see anybody in the top 5, top 6 up close in real life right now, you're going to be like, oh my God, how can any other human being beat this? Fortunately, they all got to stand up on stage next to each other. And we're going to have to, big Steve Weinberg and his crew have a very, very thankless task ahead of them because no matter what
that is if all of them are in shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
But listen, everybody's still mixing the secret sauce, right? It's only Wednesday. A lot can go right or wrong between now and then. Dude, Derek, I don't know. I think Derek gets a lot of shit from people. I don't know. Physique-wise, I think the more he started to compete, the more you see a little bit of his flaws come out. At the Arnold, he was spot on. Loved the Arnold Classic look. I thought he looked amazing. But when he's not 100%, his flaws become more evident, right? And then you got someone like Samson who's got that beautiful, round, bubbly look, but it's just a contrasting physique. But you said we fall in love with that back double bicep, that back lat spread. But the more you look at him, right, that the chest stuff, I don't know if that's a maturity thing or if that will ever come. That could be a genetic thing, right? Some guys just never get that deep, crazy crispness that a lot of guys get, right? He's not Marcus Rule, the most muscular. So he's got to nail it. And listen, 3 shows in a year, that's hard, man. And I mean, if you think about it, he's been prepping since last Olympia, right? Right into the Arnold, then Pittsburgh, then this prep. Something's got to give, right? Like we saw what happened with Ronnie in 2001. Flex, Chris can never nail it in the fall. But like you said, Jade says he's going to win. Again, 4 days out, 3 days out, they all look awesome. But it's a lot. Something's got to give, man. I don't know if he can nail this thing one more time and fight off like someone like Nick Walker or Martin.
Yeah, I mean, and this is obviously the rematch everyone wants to see, Nick and Derek, because so many people thought Nick was quote unquote robbed at the Pittsburgh Pro. You know, it was a very, very close call, and I've heard all statistics like 99.9% of people thought Nick won or should have won. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the prize money and the title did go to Derek, but this is something most people want to see. A lot of people want to see Nick beat him at this show because Nick has never beat Derek so far.
Okay.
He did beat Samson in 2022 when Nick was third at the Olympia, but he's never beaten Derek. What are his chances this time?
They got a little petty rivalry, man. You kind of wish they would just really like say what they want to say about each other and just make it like it was old school. But we're in a different time. But I think every fan would love to see a 2-man call with these two, just because of that kind of like edginess they have towards each other. Whether it's like real or it's not real, or whether it's just like ego driven, I think the sport they would go ape shit seeing these, even if they're not first and second. Just having these two come out mano a mano would be great.
Yeah, and I think I don't think they're gonna do a 2-man call. We don't have time for all that crap at the Olympia stage. They're gonna keep things moving. But I do think when those two are next to each other, the crowd is gonna really flip out.
Oh my God, yes.
So let's talk about Nick while we're on the subject of the mutant Nick Walker. 5'7", I think he claims. He's supposed to be in the 270s for this show, which is absolutely massive. I still think the midsection could be the thing that keeps him from winning the show. You know, I had Lee Haney. Obviously, Lee Haney's biased. He likes more aesthetic flow and smaller waists and stuff. But a lot of people out there, especially in the fans, this is the fan favorite, I would say, out of everybody, at least in the English-speaking world, Nick Walker. They love this guy just because he's a freak. He is bodybuilding, just gobs of ridiculous muscle, you know, kind of like Marcus Rule back in the day. Not the prettiest thing to look at, but good Lord, what a monster. So King, the midsection, we know if he doesn't control it, it can be an issue, but if he manages to keep it sucked in and as tight as possible, is it within his grasp to win this Olympia?
If everybody else is a little bit off, yes.
So that's really big.
Listen, I like Nick. Okay, I like the fact that he's fired up. I like the fact that he's bringing a lot of spunk and spice to the sport and all that stuff. But when he just stands there, like right there, that is not, to me, that's not pretty at all, man. I understand what Lee Haney's talking about, but Lee's also, you know, he's coming from old school. I get it. I get the new generation. I get the new look. I get the new fullness. I get all that stuff. But Nick, I don't care who you are. If you're coming in 270 pounds, it's going to affect your conditioning and your stomach and your shape. You just can't. It's not possible. Yeah. Okay? He's going to be bigger. He's going to be the freakiest guy on stage, but I promise you that his mix session will still be the problem. Will be a bigger problem when you come in that fucking big. It's not possible. You can't. I don't care how crispy you get. You can't. It's going to go somewhere in your stomach.
Yeah, and I saw Milos posted a picture with him, and Nick had promised. He says, my waist is gone," or I can't remember what the exact quote was, but he was trying to tell Milos that all of a sudden he had managed to get a small, tight midsection, which no, that it didn't happen. You don't change your body that dramatically. I don't know if he's been using a waist trainer or doing more vacuums, but still, it is what it is. He's a freak. He's going to play to that. That's his strong point. Is just a massive, densely muscled Herculean physique, and it'll be very interesting to see how that matches up. I agree. I think it would take Samson and a couple other guys to be off for Nick to get that win, but we've seen so many.
My height, Ron. I'm 5'6" ish.
Yeah,
but it just blows my mind that he's that big of a human. And as King said, like that, 270 pounds on that frame, that's a lot of weight. It's got to go somewhere, dude.
I'll give you a good analogy. This is something that so the kids and the fans out there understand where I'm coming from. If I asked you, if I go up to somebody and say, "Hey, what was the heaviest Jay Cutler ever stepped on stage?" People will be like, "Oh, 280, 275." No, the best Jay ever looked was 256. Ask him himself. He'll admit it himself. He'll say he said it 1,000 times in 1,000 different podcasts. Jay was 256. It's not about that. It's about doing the right things. Like that picture right there answers all my. That's it right there. He's a mutant. He's a freak. He's in that, but he's also 5'7", compact, and it's going to look. His waist will be wide. It's not. There's no way around that. There's no way around it.
Yeah, and I mean,
he's got shape guys too, man. Got a lot of shape
freaky,
guys.
freaky, big and hard. That's his thing. He's the mutant. He's got to be the mutant.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I know that his fans get really mad when we harp on the waist, but you have to look for flaws with everybody, because otherwise we're gonna have a 10 weights high for the Mr. Olympia. We can't have that. You got to have a winner. I mean,
correct.
I agree with Kamali. We were a smart guy. No, aesthetics is not. Aesthetic and Nick Walker probably should never be in the same sentence, unless you're saying not aesthetic.
No, and to just to say this too, so all his fans, don't lose their fucking testicles over this. I like Nick. I think he's great for the sport, and if he looks crappy, I'll tell him he looks crappy. If he looks great, I'll tell him he looks great. He himself knows that he's not a symmetry guy. He understands that he's got to come in as freaky as he possibly can and hope that some of the guys are off. He, in his mind, I guarantee you, he's thinking Samson's going to come in small. He's thinking that. And he's also, when he looks at Derek, he's like, I'm going to kill this guy. He wants Derek more than anybody.
Yeah.
That's a given right there.
Oh,
I think the one person that he's afraid of, that he's worried about, is Hadi. I think he said it too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I saw it or heard it, but I think Hadi's is what worries him more than anything else.
Well, let's talk about Hadi, because he is a Mr. Olympia. He's an Arnold Classic champ. I've seen him as low as 4th and 5th in a lot of people's predictions, but predictions are just like assholes. We've all got our own. So we don't know exactly what it looks like, or maybe you do, King. I don't know. I don't know if you're privy. Have you seen?
I have. Yeah. I have seen.
What do you got to tell us without?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this in a way where I don't get death threats from all across the world. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Hadi's going to be, if Hadi brings that Persian conditioning, he's definitely in the hunt for the title. Okay. Now, his problem. I've said this many times before. From the front double bicep, front lat spread, ab shot, most muscular. He's winning those shots. Okay. He's just too good, too hard, too round, too freaky, all that stuff. Now, Nick is going to challenge him in some of those shots, but he's going to win them. His problem is when he turns to the side for the side chest and for the side tricep, he looks small. He deflates a little bit because of his height and because he can't stand next to monsters like a Samson or like a Nick. When he turns around, that is his problem. That's where Derek eats him up. That's where Nick is going to eat him up, because he doesn't have that dryness that he has from the front, from the back. And he's never really had top to bottom striated glutes. He never had that before either. Now, having said all that, the best he ever looked with was at the Arnold Classic when he won. Now, here's the thing. I've seen pictures of him. I've seen videos of him. I think he's going to have some issues with some jimmied up body parts. That's what I think.
Well, I was about to go. I was about to go there, but I was hoping somebody else would bring it up.
I'm going to say it again. Here's the thing. I started out by saying he could win this thing. Okay, he could win this thing, but some things look a little lumpy and pointy. So I don't know if Weinberger or Tyler or they're going to say something. They're going to do something. I don't know what's going to happen, but I trust Hani. Hani's a great coach. Hani knows his body. Hani knows what he's doing. So hopefully they will fix anything that needs to be fixed, and he'll be 100%.
Well, we're looking at it right here. It's the delts they're pointy looking, and that I think that cost him the Olympia. Was it 2019 or 2020?
Yeah. He could probably have at least he could have won the last 4 Olympias. He's been that good and that consistent to where he could have won, arguably. But it's just when you're up close, especially when you're up close like we were a couple of years ago, you see all the strange little lumps and bumps like you may not be able to see on the camera or on video. But when you see it on video, it stands out. Remember, and we saw it a couple of years ago, that side chest, that one angle we saw, looked very obvious.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, but it doesn't look normal. Like the delts don't have foreheads.
If him and Hani can cover it up and make it look like it flows, if it flows with the rest of his body, I don't think it's going to be too much of a distraction. Okay. But again, we know what he's capable of. If he brings that crazy conditioning, he has a good chance of winning.
King, this is what you're one of the few people who would know the answer to this. So if his delts have stuff in them, I imagine it's just regular gear because nobody
uses the synthol anymore. Yeah. Get for all you kids out there, nobody uses that shit anymore. These are site injections. Let's just get that out of the way.
So it's regular gear shots.
Correct.
You got to rotate sites. You can't put everything in your damn ass, or you'll have those horns on your boot.
I'll be the first person to say that. I got to a point one time for the Arnold Classic where I called up Chad. I said, Chad, I can't. He says, just swallow it. I said, okay. So I used to pour it in my mouth.
Wait a minute, that wouldn't work.
the Winnie.
Oh, the Winnie, yeah. Some things are
water-based. Just the water-based, yes.
Okay. But it's temporary inflammation. So, I mean, I imagine within a week or so would all you'd really need for it to settle down?
No, because you're talking about years and years and years. Listen, at the beginning, when I first started out and I first started to do the side injections and what have you, it was so easy. My muscles were fresh. They were clean. They were clear. I could absorb it and all that stuff. It's the constant pinning, constant pounding. It takes its toll on you, man. That's why bodybuilding is the most unforgiving sport in the world, because it takes its toll. Look at Nasser. Rest in peace. Same shit. It got to a point where he put 2 Band-Aids on his real delts. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was fucking.
It was leaking.
I couldn't believe it. That guy was my idol. He was my mentor. He was my friend. I would never in a million years walk out on stage with Band-Aids on my shoulders. I would never do that. But it just got to that point.
It was either that or they were going to be leaking on sweet. There was that one video of the white. I don't know if it was white shit coming out of some guy's running down from the back of his shoulder.
Yeah, that's a classic video.
Oh, that was great.
Right.
So, I mean, Hadi could win this, but this top 5 could go. That's why I hate making predictions when you have a few guys. I mean, we have 4 Olympia champions already competing in this thing.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's not like a few years ago when we would all sit here right now and say, well, if Phil is on, he's going to win. That's it. That's what we would say. Yeah. We would all say the same thing. If Phil is on, even the athletes would say it. Dexter said it during the fucking athletes meeting. He goes, well, if Phil's on, he's winning.
Yeah.
So it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. I honestly, I don't think we're going to see another like 4-time repeat champion. We're not going to see that anymore. Those days
not in our lifetime. So there's maybe some kid that's just being born right now. That's going to be the next genetic freak, but everybody's so good right now. And like I say, a lot of good physiques are in Classic. Classic stole a lot of great physiques. The one person right now that's the closest to being that is Keon, right?
Yeah. We'll get to him.
So we all agree on that. We all look at Keon. But look at that kid from Turkey coming up.
Meathead.
He's chomping at his heels, man.
Oh, shit.
Now we're going to get to 212. Fear not. I do want to get right into the next guy. Oh, somebody wanted to clear, just to clear things up. Someone said you have Iranian roots, King. You were actually born in Iran, weren't you?
That's correct.
Yeah, you moved here when you were a kid, I believe.
I came here real early.
Yeah, to Virginia, where there was quite a few Iranians coming when the Shah got overthrown, I remember.
Yeah.
I think we need to move next logically to Martin, because Martin was fourth place last year, and he was arguably good enough to be third last year. A lot of people had him beating Derek. I don't see him in a lot of top five rosters of predictions. Some people have him higher. But again, it's such a competitive year. I don't want to say this is the most competitive year, because we've said that so many times before. I don't want to waste that, but it is a very, very tough year. For Martin to hold on to top 4 would be incredible. If he could move up from that, good Lord. I mean, I'd shake the guy's hand and buy him a beer. But yeah, we'll look at his update in a second, but gosh, I mean, I hate to say what are his chances, because we're not going to know until we see Kim up on stage next to everyone, but he didn't look as great in the spring shows earlier this season as we had seen him at the Olympia. But again, who knows what went quote unquote wrong. But King, what do you think about Martin as far as his chances this year?
His asset is his greatest asset is that he's complete. You hear that a lot whenever anybody brings up his name. I've talked to Steve Weinberger about this too, and he says he's complete from head to toe. He's built. Everything's there. But he doesn't pop out at you.
Yeah.
When Martin walks out, you don't go, holy shit. It's just, okay, he's complete. He poses, he's complete. Martin's problem is he's got 2 major problems. Problem number 1, Bumstead pushed him to the limits. Okay? That's something that should not happen. That it shouldn't happen. I know how people out there think that C-Bum was the greatest thing that on earth. Yeah, in his division. In the open class, C-Bum had no business, and he pushed him. That's number 1. Number 2, Martin with all that weird diet stuff where they load up with the fucking olive oil and all the crazy things that I say, him and Brett Wilkins. I don't know about all that, because every time they spill over, Martin spills over. Every time during prejudging, he starts to spill over. So I don't know, man. I don't know. He's definitely a roll of the dice. Fourth, I think breaking that top 5 is going to be incredibly hard.
Yeah, I'm watching a lot of his videos. He puts a lot of content out, like daily, like 3 days out. And so apparently they're going for condition, because even when you listen to Fouad, who's obviously biased, right? He pays his salary, but they're in awe of his condition. Like, I guess his body weight's low 230s right now, so I guess he's going for condition. But you still, King said, gotta have that fullness.
You have to
sucking him down like that.
Have that fullness. You have to.
Is it enough time to kind of fill him out to stand out? Because last year at the Olympia, I thought he was pushing Derek hard, right? Got kind of a little butt kicking on a reality check in Pittsburgh, and it's kind of kept his nose to the grind, not too active on social media from now to the Olympia from then. But you root for this kid because he trains hard, and he's a meathead. He loves bodybuilding, bro. And you got to respect that. He's living the dream. But it may not be enough time getting that lean and sucking that far down, and like King said, that it's that whole creamer, the fancy cream of rice. It looks like ice cream. You know what I mean? It looks delicious. I'm like, I was eating oatmeal and egg whites and metrics. You know what I mean? So it's a different era. I get it. We're old, but it just looks so not hard. And I know it's hard. I get it. And this is the old man in me. But when you're eating tuna and like rice cakes, bro, it's just a little different. It's a different era. I'm just the old man, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I do agree with you. I think he's a 100% meathead. I think he's a bodybuilder's bodybuilder. Any guy who wears those nose strips and all that, even when he's just walking down the street and stuff. That's, you gotta love a guy like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough for him because there's a lot of firepower this year.
And to remember when his attitude kind of on stage, he kind of looked defeated when they were moving him around last year. So it was visible. He was there. He went from this to this. So you got to kind of keep that. And even in Prague too, I know he got hurt, but you can kind of see the worry a little bit on his face. You got to keep that focus and look confident. So that may play a role too if you don't get the call out you want. You know, if you're in that second call out and you're aiming for that first call out, it does something to your psyche, right?
100%. Yes.
All right, let's go to another guy who could be placing very high. No, not Quentin. We're not talking about you, Quentin. We're talking about Behruz Tabani, who I guess he was not a member of that elite military unit that serves the fundamentalist portion of the government, or else I don't think we'd be seeing him right here in Vegas. King, what do you have any insight as to what took so long for this guy to get a freaking visa?
It could be many different things. He probably had shitty lawyers who didn't know what they were doing. And then he went to this woman who is, I did a little bit of research. She is the best. She's got the best connections. She's got the best everything there is to get people done. And she's very, very expensive. So he probably could afford her and did the right things. Listen, with Iran, you'd never know. It's the roll of the dice. Maybe there's somebody in his family had a criminal record. I don't fucking know. You know? Behruz is an incredibly nice, modest, he's a gentleman. You know, I've never heard him curse. He never says anything. And I've been talking to him a lot coming up to this. He needed this more than anything else just to come back alive. Now, one of the things that's happening right now is this happens to all Iranian athletes, all superior Iranian athletes. They are gods in Iran. Okay. They're basically like Elway in Denver. You can walk into any restaurant here or Marino in Miami. You can walk into any restaurant or everybody bows down to you. You know, oh my God, it's Dan Marino. Oh my God, it's John L. That's how Iranians are with they're like gods. Okay. Everybody kisses his ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was specifically brought in by Milos and by his other people that know him to bring him back and to say, listen, this is the Olympia, man. Okay. It's not the Dubai Pro. This is the Mr. Olympia. So much pressure. And everybody, was saying that he'll be in that first call out. He'll be pushing Samson. My job was, and I think I did a good job, and I hope he understands. I think he does, that getting a first call out is a victory. This is the Mr. Olympia. Get that first call out. Behruz is ready. Okay, I just saw pictures. I think they just posted it on RX Muscle, but so everybody sees him now. He's ready. He's getting crispier by the hour. Okay, and he's filling out nice. Milos is doing it perfectly. He's doing it steadily and very slowly. Okay, which is exactly what we need. Behruz is another one. He needs to be full. If he's a tiny bit flat, his legs go down, his chest goes down. They won't look at him. Just like Derek. If Derek is a tiny bit flat, his legs go down, his chest goes down, and they won't. And they're going to punish him. He's ready to rock and roll. His first Mr. Olympia. I think that the whole world, myself, everybody would love to see him get a comparison with Hadi. The two Iranians going next to each other. But it is going to be, again, another very difficult task.
Yeah, I am. I feel bad. The Persian fans are very, very passionate, very enthusiastic. But Hadi and Behruz cannot both win this show. So I feel like they're going to be upset no matter what happens.
But let's say politic-wise, if you want to know some of the inside ins and outs of what's been happening, Hadi has lost a little bit of his fanfare in Iran. He has. He's made some comments and he's done a few things that the kids are like, now, okay, he was great. But now everybody's jumping on the Behruz wagon. I think that could be a mistake. I think Hadi is incredibly dangerous. And one thing else, this is something else that you got to add into the mix. Behruz's personality. Behruz is not a Hadi that goes out there and sticks his tongue out and pushes people and fight. He's not like that. He's not like that at all. He's a very laid-back, calm guy. I'm personally, for the past few weeks, I've been trying to get that out of him. I'm like, boy, you got to get out there and you got to be vicious. You got to fight. You got to have some King Kamali smack talk up there. Get under people's skin. He just can't do it. He's like, that's not my personality. That's not this and that. I'm like, well, this is the Olympia, man. You got to we need to bring Ray Lewis out of you. Okay. That's what we need. So again, his strong point is he's a big guy with shape. He's got a tiny waist and he's a big guy. Is he going to have that wow factor when he stands next to the top 5 of the world? We shall all see.
Well, I think around this debut is super anticipated. I think the entire Meathead world was waiting for this day. I didn't think it was going to happen. Listen, we talked about this before. I was like, there's no way in hell. God is good. Praise be God. Because this dude, I'm so impressed with. Not kidding. Can he place top 5? If some people are off and he's on, maybe. But I think you're just rooting for him just because what he had to go through to get here. You want to see him do good. You want to see him be rewarded for all the sacrifice and all the times not being able to get here when he should have been here. But everything happens for a reason, and I'm super, super excited. I'm probably just as excited to see him as Samson and Andrew. Honestly, like I'm rooting for this guy.
I see 2 scenarios. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm like Ron. Making predictions is difficult. This is bodybuilding. People come off and whatever it is. But I'll make a prediction. There's 2 scenarios for Behruz. Scenario number 1, he'll be called out. If they call out, let's say 7 people in the first call out, he'll be in the first call out, and then he'll have to work his way and try to battle. Second scenario is he'll be in the second call out, and he'll have to fight his way into the first call out. So these are the 2 things. Now, the second scenario is going to test him. It's going to test him mentally because just like you just said a couple seconds ago, when you don't get that first call out, it deflates you. It sucks the life out of you. It's like a gut punch from Mike Tyson. Can he withstand that if that happens? I don't know. We shall see.
But the judges will give him a good look. That's the best thing about the judging now is that if you're good, they'll find you and they will reward you. So it's a good place to play the sports in right now, judging wise, to where this guy he does have a chance. He doesn't have to pay his dues anymore. There's no more your first Olympia, third call out, got to pay your dues. If he's ready, they'll find him and place him accordingly.
And I feel so bad for Milos because Milos hasn't slept in a week. He literally has not slept, and he's not going to sleep for the next few nights. If you see him now, I just FaceTimed him about 20 minutes ago. He looks like he's about to pass out. I mean, his bag's under his eyes, and he's all messed up, but he's so committed. He's so committed because everyone's been waiting to see Behruz, and he's got a whole country on his shoulders right now.
Quick question, King. Are his quads a liability, or are they good enough to match his physique?
If it's full.
If they're full. Okay.
If they're full. Yeah. He's got 2 things, quads and chest. If his quads and chest are full, he's incredibly dangerous. Incredibly dangerous. But if he flattens out, problems. Listen, in my opinion, if he battles his way ahead of Martin or Andrew, that's a Mr. Olympia win for him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
If he can place ahead of Martin or Andrew, that he should consider that an Olympia win for his first Olympia.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a prediction right now. The one it's not a placing prediction, but the 2 guys who are gonna get the greatest crowd response when they first come out are Nick Walker and Behruz Tabani.
Yes. And Nick Zilla.
And Nick
That's
a distant third.
Yeah, let's not forget about Rubio.
Yes.
Okay, might as well go right to him then.
Yeah, that dude, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so people looking at these updates and trying to decide, well, his legs look really soft. He doesn't have the greatest muscle separation, but he is monstrously huge. I don't know the height and weight. Is he about 5'9"?
If there's a God, if there's a God that when they pick their numbers, him and Nick Walker will pick the next numbers. They might be standing next to each other. I would love to see these 2 standing.
You have to do that. That would make it happen. Like the frozen
just make
NBA
it happen.
draft card.
If Weinberger's listening, Steve, make it happen, man. I got to see these 2 standing next to each other. Crowd will go nuts.
Oh, dude.
That's just not normal. That's Victor Richards like ×5.
Yeah.
That's just dumb. Like I don't think fans it looked great in pictures, but I can't imagine it in person. I think fans, when they see that, are just kind of going to just be like in awe, in shock to see that.
He's like a combination of Victor Richards and Phil Hill. If you took those two and you did what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Twins? If you did a cocktail with all the sperm and you created something, Phil Hill and Victor Richards. For you kids out there, if you don't know who Phil Hill and Victor Richards is, go Google it and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
They have no idea. I mean, when I can still tell you when the Greatest Flex magazine covers was after he won Night of Champions, it was Phil posing out in the streets of Manhattan.
Yep.
And it was the Flex logo on top was bright green, like neon green.
Yeah.
Yep. And he had was it green trunks or yellow trunks?
The green trunks.
They were green?
Yeah, because I know he was either yellow or green. I can't quite remember, but those legs, everybody says Tom Platz. I always say, well, you guys, Tom Platz, absolutely, but Phil Hill, my God.
And they were vascular. They were veiny as hell.
Craziest quads ever.
Oh, nasty.
There was a picture of him on a horse, like riding a horse, and his legs were about the size of the horse's legs. Phil Hill, guys, look him up, kids.
Google.
You'll be glad you did.
Not Phil Heath, Phil Hill.
Yeah.
So, I don't have him placing very highly and I'm a hater. I guess I'm a hater. I have issues with a couple of his poses. The front double bicep from an off angle like this, you don't notice it, but the waist is wide, the torso is long. Structure matters a lot to me. Maybe not to everyone else, but and the separation or lack thereof in the quads, it just bothers me. I got to give the guy his props. He is a freak. He packs a ton of muscle per square inch. Yeah. Those legs and those calves are some of the biggest we've ever seen. I just don't know where he falls in a lineup like this, where we have guys with better structure, overall balance and shape, and deeper separation. I don't know where that leaves Rubio.
Top 15. If he makes the top 15, that's great. For him, man, it's not. I don't know. As a fan, I don't care where he plays. I just want to see it, right? I just want to see it in the flesh, right? Yeah. It's not pretty. It's not cute. It's just, but it is bodybuilding. It's that freaky part of bodybuilding. We have a lot of pretty freaks now with Samson and Andrew. He's that gnarly, old school Paco Batista, nasty freak. Correct. Yeah. That if guest posing were a thing now, this dude would make a killing guest posing. Like you have to see it. It's like going to the zoo to seeing a giraffe on TV. It's crazy, but in person, you can't imagine it, right? Yeah. But like, he's not going to win. But
yeah, and it's unfortunate. You bring up a great point right now with guest posing. It's not the same anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay, people see you every day on social media. They hear you talking. They see you walking. They see you eating. It's crickets. You have him walking out, and people are like, oh yeah, he's there. That's the guy that I see on. Back then, 15, 20 years ago, nobody knew. Nobody saw. They knew you from the magazines. That's it. So when you walked up on that stage, you were like, people like, I remember guest posing, and afterwards they would take me out to a club or something, and people were like coming up and touching me to see if I was real, and I was the strangest thing. And I was like, wow, those days are done. Those days are done. But going back to what you said, I'm right there with you, man. I love this guy. I think he's great for the sport, and I think he's going to get a huge reaction.
Oh, God.
Okay, fair enough. I don't see him making, his fans have him in like top 5, top 6. The condition that he won 2 shows in a row, but that was like 6 weeks out from what I would expect to be Mr. Olympia stage condition. So unless he's in those update pictures, I was not seeing crazy condition like we've never seen from before. I'm seeing pretty much the same that we saw earlier in the season over the summer, and that's not going to cut it here. It's going to be, again, the crowd will go up.
Let me throw in a little curveball here, just because we're all old school OGs here. To give you guys, to all you people who are watching right now and who are going to watch this in the reruns, to give you a concept of how crazy some people were. If Ronnie Coleman were in the show, we wouldn't even be having these conversations. So when you people out there are comparing Samson to Ronnie Coleman, please, for the love of God, stop. Okay? Stop it. Don't. Because you have no idea at 2003, Ronnie Coleman stepping on stage, even with these Colossus guys, it wouldn't even be close. That's how good Ronnie was.
I was at that 01 Arnold. I was like in the 13th row. Ronnie, no disrespect, didn't need a call out that year. He was that good. So kids, I don't think they realize, they see Ronnie now and think that, yeah, buddy guy, and they see him, the old man in the gym. They have no clue what that gnarly muscle, especially
He
from
was
the back.
293 pounds at the 2003 Mr. Olympia.
296.
293, 296. I just remember asking Chad, because I was sitting 2 seats next to him and Kim. I'm like, Chad, are you fucking kidding me? He goes 293. 293. I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's done.
Yeah. It's a different game.
Oh, okay. Martin's got separations. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bring it, but we see so little separation in the arms in some of these guys. It's sickening. What's the EP? Top pro? Yeah, he's got a good point there. I actually want to show some of the really old guys, because we do have a couple. We have another Mr. Olympia competing that no one seems to be talking about. Brandon Curry. So Brandon last year was the first time in 6 years, I think, that he was out of the top 5. He won it in 2019, and he's been top 5 every year since then. Last year, I think he was 7th. He dropped down to, or 8th. I've seen a lot of top 10 predictions from people where they don't have him in the top 10. I know he's a little older. He's not that much older than Samson and Andrew. Those guys are, I think Andrew's 40 now. Samson's 39. So they're no spring chickens. But Brandon's been doing this a very, very long time. And we just wonder how much longer can his body and physique hold up. I don't see this is not the Brandon that was winning the Mr. Olympia and 2 Arnold Classics, but he's not that far off. Do you guys think he stays in the top 10?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, he's a former Mr. Olympia. He hasn't. I mean, if his legs are gone, then no, he doesn't have a chance. But if his legs are still there, he has a good chance of being in that top 10.
And he always does, man. Listen, Brandon just kind of sneaks in. Nobody talks about him. He's just coming in shape, sneaks into that top 10.
Yeah.
Like the Arnold was a good look for him. He was in shape and he was rewarded. It's not the same Brandon as it was maybe 2019. But man, listen, he's made a couple big paychecks the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So if you're still getting that Olympia paycheck, the Arnold paycheck, you know what I mean? Make that money for as long as you can, because that money is not going to come that often. So do your thing, man. Stay as long as you can. He kind of seems to found that fountain of youth again, right? Like he maybe not going to Kuwait, maybe he's helped him out a little bit.
Yeah. If his legs are still there, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
And he's a cool dude too, so you can root for him. You know what I mean?
So that was 6 weeks out. What we're looking for, the legs. We've seen legs deflate in the last few weeks on a lot of guys. It's so common with all the cardio and the low carbs and everything. It happens. Usually, guys lose fullness from their worst body part. It's just the way it goes. So I hope they stay full. Again, I like Brandon a lot. He's a cool guy, and he's older. We're all over 50 here, so we're rooting for the over 40 dude.
Yeah.
So good luck, Brandon. The other veteran or OG who's already said, I don't know if he said it officially, Bonac, but this is going to be his last year. He has let people know that. And he had a win earlier in the season. He won to Detroit, did pretty well in a couple of shows. Another guy that in the predictions, I don't see him in very many top 10s. Some of me and Giles both had him in top 10, but does he stay in the top 10? And how high can he still remain?
He's dangerous. He's always dangerous. He's a compact version of Kai Green. He's dangerous. And his back double bicep is scary as hell, man. So if he's in shape and his legs are full, he could give people some problems. He could definitely slide into that top 10.
Old man muscle right there, man. That's like old.
Listen. It's freaky. He's got that freaky, dense, mature muscle. So if he's in shape and his legs don't lose that fullness, he can be a problem for some people.
And Bonac, Brandon, and Akeem, those 3 guys are always overlooked, but those 3 guys always fall into that like 7th, 8th, 9th spot in the Olympia, right? Akeem every year he gets overlooked. He fights back that second night and comes back phenomenal. So I think there's a lot of new guys that we want to see do well, but the OGs, man, they still got it. They still have that look, and they still fight for the top 10.
Yeah.
Akeem is a guy I always forget about. I don't know why. I think it's usually because he qualifies like the year before, so I forget about it. It always happens to me, but he's looking great in his updates, and he's been top 10 a few times. He was top 6. It's very, very. It's a big mistake, I should say, to underestimate him and to not have him in your top 10.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed.
So
he's another nice guy too. He's another guy with everyone likes.
It's dense. That's thick. That's like old man heavy ass weight muscle, man. Look, that's just nasty right there, bro.
Strong as hell. And I also give him credit because he came back from a really bad shoulder injury and surgery after having a pretty bad car accident. There's not many people do that. Most guys, a lot of bodybuilders, that's the end.
Yeah.
But he's still going. Let's keep going. Let's look at some of the young. Let's go turn our attention to one of the younger guys, or I guess none of them are that young. Where did I have Regan? Yeah, Regan's latest updates, very, very promising. So this was posted today. Condition looks pretty damn good for Regan. Again, we've seen a few different versions of Regan. We've seen him flatter and more condition. We've seen him fuller and not as conditioned. This looks like he might be putting it all together pretty well for the Olympia.
Yeah, we say that every single time, and then when he walks out on stage, he holds a film of water. That's his Achilles heel right there. Is that film of water that he holds on stage? I don't know him, but I've heard nice things about him. He's a tall guy too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, great. I mean, he's done very, very well. He came from Classic, and listen. He again, it's all there. It's just that he just doesn't have that wow factor and that top 5 conditioning. That's what I see.
And when you watch the videos, he's living a great life. Like, he looks like got a nice house, got a new baby. He's got all the sponsors, the supplements. It's a different vibe than like when you watch a Nick Walker, right? Nick looks like he will throw his mama down to get that Olympia title, right? Regan is just like, oh, we gotta remember around Tech, you had the cart with the fan around the gym and with the bag. It's just different. It's just a different prep. If it works for him, it works for him. He's one of the best in the world. I'm sitting in Tampa, Florida. He's in Vegas. It works, right? But it just seems like the effort is he looks comfortable. He looks very comfortable in his surroundings, and you've earned that, and God bless you, and you definitely deserve that. But you want to lock Regan in a basement and just feed him a bunch of gear and food and just morph him and just turn him into that 6-foot animal that we all want to see, right? But it's not my body, it's not my internal organs, so he's got to do what's best for Regan. He's got a baby too, right? He's got a new baby, so your perspective on the sport has to change just a little bit, maybe. But he looks great. I've always been a fan of his physique. Always have. I love his look, but it's just, I don't know if it's going to be top 10, top 12, right? It's some heavy hitters in the show, bro.
Yeah.
You'll remember that he did go to Oxygen Gym Kuwait a few years ago, and that's exactly what they did. Is they stuffed him full of food and gear for, I think, all of 3 weeks before he escaped. Basically, he said, "I'm going to go home and visit my family for Christmas, but I'll be right back." And he never came back because he just wasn't comfortable. He had gained, I think they put 30 pounds on him in 3 weeks, and he was starting to get very concerned for his health.
So he made the right move.
Yeah, exactly. Life after bodybuilding.
Yes.
King is still here. A lot of people that competed with King are not here anymore. So what does that tell you? Okay,
that's correct. And I'm still 265 pounds. So it just goes to show you that if you still eat, because my appetite is insatiable. I still eat 6 or 7 times a day, but I'm just on TRT. That's it.
Nice. So Good Vito, actual name.
Good Vito. The X Factor, not just an X Factor, an XX Factor.
Vitaly Ogolnikov is his real name. So he's got some insane legs, some of the best legs in the sport right now. Well, this is the most recent update. This was yesterday. Yeah, I mean, with him, it's just going to come down to condition. The back, I was not thrilled with his back. It's getting better. It's still not awesome, but you know what? There's only a few awesome backs in this whole show. But yeah, I agree, King. X Factor. I mean, a lot of people have this guy potentially top 6, 7th, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, he's just like another Behruz. If he gets a call out against a Martin, against a Andrew, against a Bonac, against any of these names of prior champions, it's a victory for him. Can he crack into that top 5? I don't think so, because I have never seen that type of conditioning. See, again, it comes down to Olympia conditioning. How he changed the sport, how he took it back, how he took the sport back to the 1990s. Now everybody has to bring that conditioning.
And his posing is a little awkward, right? He's got all that awesome muscle, but if you can't show it, like it just doesn't work. Like, I don't know, but there's so many opportunities to work with posing coaches. Like, if you look that good, man, just do everything in your power to show that shit off. But Ron, it's just, if he's on, he can shake up that top 10, because he's got ungodly amount of muscle. It's like fresh young muscle, right? It's just, but it's just, you just don't know if he can maintain that, or what we're seeing now is what we're going to see Friday night. This is his first Olympia. Again, peaking late, man. It's hard to peak late. He's a young. We don't know. And when you get back there, like, you know, this is the fucking Mr. Olympia. Like, you got, as a first timer, you got to be just tripping when you walk back there and you see Samson, and you see Hottie, you see Derek. So this isn't like, you know, a Detroit show or a Brazilian show. So that also, with the nerves and the cortisol, that also plays a role for some of these younger, newer guys.
Yeah, when I see him, I see Crizzo.
Yeah,
that's what I see. I see a freak mutant, you know, and he's going to be a fan favorite and all that stuff. But can he stand next to the top 5 guys? I don't think so. But he will shake up the top 10.
Yeah.
King, and
they're going to work him, though. Like, he's got to be able to hold those poses, because they're going to get work here, man. They're going to put you through rounds and rounds. So I want to see how much he can stack up and hold it, because this is next level shit right here. But dude, that's just some freaky shit right there. That front lat is just nutty.
That
the pecs
magic
to the
King
quads.
You did have a good kitchen lighting, King. You got to
I
admit.
had best. Sean Ray even said it. My good friend Sean Ray brought it up yesterday. My kitchen lighting was the absolute best.
Good, Vito, the real dark horse. And you still have not only all your hair, but your hairline is like a half inch above your eyebrows. That's amazing.
My hair is going nowhere. Number one. Number two, it's because there's 2 reasons. One, because I have good genetics. A lot of my family's like this. Number 2, I take care of it. I spend half an hour every night before I go to bed with my magic formulas. And every morning, another 20 or 30 minutes with my magic formulas. So taking care of it has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. You need to market that magic formula, because a lot of guys out there, they need some freaking hair. Oh, man. So many good guys. It's 20 guys. I mean, but good Lord, the judges are going to be in.
We got Tonio and Urs. We got those 2 guys.
Yeah. So Tonio, I hate comparing people to past greats, because it's not fair, really. But I see shades of Dexter Jackson in Tonio. The muscle shape, the tiny joints, the fullness and the roundness of the muscle bellies. He's been called out a few times on what people think are suspicious delts. I don't know. I mean, some people just have crazy delt genetics. I don't know. I'm not accusing him of anything. He's got fantastic freaking delts, though. And his back is out of this world.
Yeah. If he brings the conditioning, he's another guy that could, you know, in that 10, 11, 12, he could crack that. He's another dangerous guy too, you know, and he's a really nice guy. I got to get a chance to get to know him, and he's a really cool guy.
And he has crazy condition. I think he looked phenomenal in Dubai. He looked a little bit bigger, which worked for him.
Yeah.
But his condition is absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you hope he gets a good look, and where you wonder where he falls in between like some bigger guys. I think he can stand he stood next to Bonac pretty well. So, you know, comparing well to Bonac, that's that maybe 8th, 9th spot. He can look at that shit, dude. That shit's bizarre.
Yeah, I like Ron's Dexter analogy. I mean, I still think Dexter was a couple levels higher, but it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was 8th place, I think, 2 years ago. He was top 10.
He's top 10. He's leveled, and he's gotten a lot bigger since then, right?
Yeah, he missed the show last year because he had a motorcycle accident. It was, you know, luckily it was just a bunch of second-degree burns and stuff. He was fine eventually, but yeah, I mean, it's tough because I know he's going to look. He's not going to look small, but there's beasts up on that stage.
There's big dudes, bro.
There's some big dudes. I mean, we got guys like Rubiel and Nick up there that are just freaking like real life, and Andrew, real life Incredible Hulk, Samson. You know, these are 270 to 300 pound guys.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of tall guys. There's a lot of taller guys in the line. There's a lot of tall guys now. Like, well, for tall, 5'6", so like maybe 5'8", not 5'9", 5'10". Like, you don't see a lot of how many guys, 6 foot guys in the line? Andrew, Samson. Like, there's some big ass dudes up in his lineup.
Yeah.
So the Germans all have Urs top 5 or top 6. I personally, I think it's going to be a struggle for him to be top 10 this year. To me, he's a work in progress. He just turned open this year, won his first 2 open shows, which is fantastic. Already a win. And his first Olympia as an open bodybuilder, first Mr. Olympia. King, where do you got this kid? He is a kid. He's still
if he cracks the top 15, that's a win for him. I think it's there. You know, he just doesn't have the size.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that freak factor size. His shape is good. You know, he looks good. His conditioning is good. Everything is there. It's just that I don't think that it's standing next to the firepower that's coming in this year. He's just gonna, he's gonna kind of fade into the mix. If he gets a comparison with Tonio, with Bonac, and all that stuff, then he has a chance to prove himself.
Right. You know, it's people were going goo-goo over him. He did win those shows fair and square. He beat a couple bigger guys, but there was nobody on those stages at the level that he's going to be standing next to on Friday night. It was a completely different scenario. He was not really being outmassed or outclassed by anybody, but this is going to be, I don't say a wake-up call because he's not arrogant. He's not saying, I'm going to be top 5. It's not him. It's his fans who are being very optimistic and predicting the best.
Yeah, Ron, you're making a good point. Like when I see, like right here, when I'm looking at this to me looks like a USA champion, overall champion, or a national champion. That's what I see. I don't see Olympia yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
Give him one more good off season.
Yeah,
it's coming, bro. Like that's a great physique. That's a great start. But listen, this isn't the German pro or whatever, the French pro. Like this is the elite. This isn't classic, right? But listen, I would love to see him make the top 10 just so I can see him pose. Like he's probably one of the better posers that we have competing. So it would kind of suck for him not making that top 10, but that's just my selfishness. I want to see some good posing this year. So
I mean, it would. If I think top 15 would be fine. Top 10 would be a big win for this kid. Big win.
Huge.
Another X factor. Another two pro champ going is Jordan Hutchinson. So this will be his first Olympia. I'm not like in love with all of his shots, like that front double. I wish there was more taper to it and stuff, but the guy is massive. He gets in a crazy condition, and he did win both of those shows, the Tampa and the Texas, pretty handily. This is obviously much, much tougher competition. We can't have 20 guys in the top 10, so I don't know if he's going to make it. But King, what are your thoughts? Because you've been watching this guy all season.
Yeah. Again, same as Urs. It's there. He's qualified. He's won 2 pro shows, and conditioning is there. He's going to look good, but it's just not Olympia level yet.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I don't want to leave out the third Iranian in the show. Talk about Sass. Yeah. So Sass, I give this guy a lot of credit for doing, what was it, 6? Didn't do 6? I think it was 6 shows he did all earlier this season. So good Lord, that in itself is an accomplishment. If the point system was still around, he wouldn't have had to do that. But he kept going, and the condition wasn't flagging. He maintained. It's been a long year for him. That kind of concerns me, but it's a really good physique. I just, at this level, I mean, this is the best show in the world. It's the best competitors in the world. It's a Mr. Olympia. This is our Super Bowl. So I wish him the best, but I don't know where he falls. King, what do you think?
I got to meet him earlier on. I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago. We did a podcast together. Great guy. Nice guy. Good. sweet inside and out. He's just a really, really cool guy. He's not expecting to come out here and, like the Urs, crack the top 10. He's not like that at all. I think he's going to be competitive. And again, if he cracks that top 15, it's a win for him.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into 212 real quickly. We're not going to cover too many guys because we've been already going for a while. But Keon Pearson, man, good Lord, it's just astonishing. Nobody's arguing about the 212 division as far as who's going to win. I don't see any debates. I don't see anyone questioning Keon crushing this again. This is one of the craziest physiques I've ever seen. Open 212 anything. And wow, I mean, Patrick Tour has to be a very happy coach.
Yeah, he looks great. He's freaky. He's complete. But, and I'm going to say this, but stay in the 212. Don't come to the open.
Huh. Okay.
Don't come to the open. No, he'll get outsized. He'll get outmuscled. And if he tries to play a size game, he's going to lose that conditioning, that crispness. It's not going to work. Stay there. Be the king of the 212s. Do what you got to do. If he wants to go and step on, do a show just to say, hey, I did an open show and I want a second tier show, whatever. But I would stay there, be the king of that division. He's looking great. And listen, this is bodybuilding. You can never, ever, ever say it's a done deal. We said that about Phil Heath and Sean Roden, rest in peace, came along and said, no, what the fuck are you people talking about? It just takes one little thing to be a little bit off and somebody can slide in. And that kid from Turkey, he's chomping at his heels. And let's not forget Sean Clarita. I saw updates on him too. He looks like a mutant. He looks like he's about to explode.
He looks big. Like, listen, Keon has the best physique the best physique in the sport, the prettiest physique in the sport, right? But everybody go. Just give him time. Like, just let him cook, let him marinate, right? Yeah. Like, there's time to go open if he wants to go open. Test the waters, see how it goes, do prog. But listen, these guys are big, man. Crizzo's big, Andrew's big. It's still bodybuilding, right?
Right.
I think he'll do well if he does open, if he picks the right show.
Yes.
But Samson's a big dude, man. Like, that's a big jump. Just give him time, let him mature, see how this one goes, right? Ronnie lost. Mike Tyson lost, right? Tom Brady lost. Anything can go wrong. That somebody can have bad fish. We don't know what happened, but he's got. But there's no doubt he's got a beautiful look to him, man. I love his physique, but I just think people want to push him to the open so quick when he just let that maturity set in. So when he does go open, it's a wrap. He does a Derek Lunsford, right? Just let him just do his thing.
Huh. So yeah, I didn't have Urs winning those shows because I hadn't seen him yet. That's why. As far as Keon, some people are saying he could win the Mr. Olympia right now. Come on, guys. Let's be a little more realistic. He'd be a top 5 guy, top 6 guy, I think. But supposedly he's been holding 217 for a while. He's going to get down to 212, and then maybe fill out again for Prague. A lot of these guys, they do these Prague, the 212 guys, they'll do another show just to see what they look like a little fuller. Sometimes it works out well. Sometimes it doesn't. I want to get to Clarita because
220, like that would be a pretty nice 220, 225, right? If he got there and just held it there, right? Not like a rebound 225, but a solid 225, Derek Lunsford 225.
Yeah, but he'll sacrifice a little bit of conditioning.
Yeah.
Mm. So Clarita has been
killer.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the champ. He's been second place now to Keon twice, 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's ever getting the title back with Keon in there, but we'll show Nihat in a second. But I'd love to see Sean at least hold on to the runner-up spot. I don't know if he's still gonna be able to hold that with this Nihat kid from Turkey, but he's still got all those things going for him. That crazy dense round muscle, that he gets incredible conditioning. Obviously, last year's Olympia, a little bit of a slip up. He came in super flat, but Boss of Outlaw took over the reins right after that, and we're seeing him here in Prague 2 weeks later, significantly better, and he was third place, right behind Martin and Bumstead. So
yeah, that Turkish kid is not a lock for second place by a long shot, not because the muscle maturity is still not there. I've seen that Turkish kid. I've seen his conditioning. I've seen what he looks like. I've seen his poses. Yes, that's great. You know, he's got that. He's everybody's hyping him up. Sean's incredibly dangerous when he hits his shots. He's got that muscle maturity on that little frame. It's gonna be a battle. It's not as easy as people think it is.
yeah,
That's so great, dude, man. You just like his work ethic. He just loved this shit too. His work ethic is second to none, man. He just eats, sleeps, shits bodybuilding.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You gotta love it.
yeah. So Nihat Kai. So this is Dubai. The updates we're seeing, he already looks like he's put on some size because he's only 22. Am I right? 23.
Christ.
He's a kid. I think he's 22.
I got shirts that old, bro.
Yeah, I do too. Recent updates. Yeah, I mean, that was Dubai too. So that was July. I mean, I don't know realistically how much muscle you can put on in 4 months ago. But still, this was, this is old. That's an older one. He's got that pinned. That's how they always get me with the pin. So this is now. Tremendous delts. Yeah, I'm not loving that muscle separation there. But yeah, I mean,
22.
Is he
Again,
22?
let's be realistic here, folks. Okay, he's 22 years old. He's not going to have the muscle maturity. Like I said, it's not a lock for second place, especially when they turn around to the back and the glutes and the hams and all that stuff. That takes time. It takes maturity. It takes you got to grind those things out. It takes years to make all those granular things pop out. He's going to look fantastic, but it's not a lock in. I think Sean's going to push him.
Yeah.
Was he? She says 22. How long has he been training? Like it couldn't have been that long, right? A couple. When you get that big that fast, you just wonder about longevity and like just kind of maxing out his frame. Like what with Cody Montgomery. Like you see these guys that come on so quick, like fast, but you just hope that there's some longevity in the sport because this kid's got all the tools there.
Yeah,
like it's a freaky look, and just take your time and grow slowly, man. Like don't rush putting on size because this kid's got a hell of a future.
Yeah,
like I said, like Sean Three is no joke though, dude. Sean's legit. Could he could play second place as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump right into Classic. Sorry that I only talked about 3 212 guys, but we don't have all damn night, guys. So Mike Sommerfeld, probably the most controversial athlete going in because this whole height controversy. And in about an hour, less than an hour, they're going to start checking them in. And that's available on the pay-per-view package. So if you bought it or you can buy it right now, you can watch the Classic Physique. It's all the athlete check-ins I think they're doing. So a lot of people are going to be watching. But, yeah, I mean, King, did you follow that whole thing this past
I heard
weekend?
about it. I heard about it. Yeah.
All they were talking about all damn weekend is that he's been. See, you can't say he's been cheating because he wasn't measuring himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Other people were doing that, so you can't blame Mike for that. But supposedly he's been claiming to be 5'9" when he's actually 5'7", and he's got this big hair with a ton of gel in it. They're gonna have to push that hair down very, very hard with the measuring stick this time to get the right height. But he was second to Bumstead last year. It's an astonishing physique, beautiful shape.
Yeah.
People say this is a bodybuilder, this isn't classic. Well, everyone's got their own definition of classic anyway. All three of us probably have a slightly different variation of what we consider the ideal classic physique. But
right.
Is he the heir apparent because he did push Bumstead last year?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks great. Conditioning's there, great poses. I don't necessarily think he's classic. I think he could be 212. I think he could be, but he is definitely condition-wise, and he looks great. I give him credit where credit's due. See, to me, classic physique will be Serge Nubret. That's when I think of when I think classic. Or Labrada. Labrada would have probably won classic 20 years straight.
Francis Benfato.
Yeah, Francis Benfato. Exactly. Those are classic physiques. I think so. I had him and Bumstead very close last year. He was pushing him hard.
Yeah. So, I mean, but we've all seen guys who are the next in line in various, like we all thought Flex Wheeler was next in line for the Olympia. Then Ronnie came along as, Ronnie 3.0, whatever he was.
Right.
So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very, very tough division. Here's a guy that a lot of people will say epitomizes Classic. If I can find it, come on, Ruffin. I know I have it there somewhere. Yeah, here we go. So Terrence Ruffin.
Yes, dude.
I mean, greatest poser in the game, or definitely up there with the very best posers in the world right now. Size-wise, he doesn't compare in terms of sheer mass to Sommerfeld. Maybe that is because of the height thing. We're going to find out, I guess. But, to a lot of people, this is Classic Physique. This is what they envision in their head. That reminds me of Labrada. That reminds me of Zane. Just the way he presents himself, the symmetry, the aesthetics, the flow of the physique.
This is Classic. This, to me, is what Classic embodies, right? Everything about this guy, to me, he's not the biggest. He's not the most shredded. He's that combination of everything. And this guy, the pose, you can't even, there aren't adjectives to describe his posing, right? He's the only guy nowadays to when he comes out, this is what you do. You sit up in your chair. Like when he moves, it's just like you get goosebumps watching him pose. It's like Melvin, Durham, those guys, how they flow, their arm movements. It's just, this guy, I hope he wins. To me, this is kind of the standard, in my opinion, for Classic Physique.
Looks great. He has two issues. I've had two issues with him in the past. Number one, he doesn't put that much oil on, and he looked dry in the past. And I'm sitting here watching, yelling and screaming, saying, who's backstage putting oil on this guy? For the love of God, oil this guy up. The darker the skin, especially brothers with the darker skin, you got to be oiled up. That's just the way it's got to be. That's number one. Number two, if he wants to be the champ, he's got to come in 110%. He's got to, because of his height and the hype going with the other guy. So he's got to be 100% on.
Yeah. So that's one guy who could take it too. And I think if anyone here is from Brazil watching, welcome. Obrigado for watching. But Ramon Dino has been knocking on the door of this title for a while. He's been second place. He's an Arnold Classic champ. He's another guy people are going to be watching the weigh-ins very closely with him because he's been having a lot of trouble making weight. I don't know. I mean, I like his physique a lot. The back shots don't impress me. They only have one back shot in Classic. Right. But overall, it's an amazing physique. Is he in the running?
I think that he's going to take it this year. Chris is very confident, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's his athlete. If you're not confident about your own athlete.
Oh, shit, he is an athlete, isn't he? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I forgot about that.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Oh, Breon. Actually, we got just a couple quick guys. So Logan was second to Sommerfeld at the Arnold. He has never been top 5 or 6 at the Olympia so far. I think the last Olympia he was like 12th or 13th. But a lot of people, they'll say Ruffin is Classic. They'll say Logan to them because he is closest to a modern-day Arnold. In terms of overall, some of the shots do look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But size-wise, to me, he kind of looks lanky compared to some of the shorter, thicker guys. But Classic has a lot of different physiques. It's like King, you said earlier, apples, oranges, pears.
Right.
Is he good enough to push for the title, though?
I don't think so. I think he'll be in there. He has that. I understand what you mean. It's just I don't see that amazing pop. I hope he proves me wrong. But when I look at Ruff and when I look at Sommerfeld, it's completely different.
Yeah. And this is another guy. Did I still have it? Let me get rid of Logan here. Breon is the 2-time champ. He has actually never been out of the top 5 in all 9 years that the Classic Physique Olympia has been held. He has been in the top 5 somewhere. 43 years old, I believe, maybe 44. He's getting up there, not one wrinkle. His hair will have to be pushed down significantly at this height and weight. That's like 5 inches of fro right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of fro.
That's nice, though.
That's 1980s fro right there.
That's my old school kid in place, though. I had that shit.
And he was supposed to move to 212. He announced last year he was moving to 212, changed his mind, and he still won. He won the Dubai show. Was it this year or last year? I think it was last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, but still in the
60
running.
grand, yeah.
I don't see him getting the title back either, but he's a guy that I still think is deadly. He's still going to be a top 5 threat.
Yeah, agreed.
43, man.
Nice guy, top 5 threat, great body, conditioning off the charts, and I love his back double bicep. Just crazy.
Oh man, muscle.
I hate to keep talking about all these. Oops. DeBoule, Michael DeBoule, another guy that's been top 5 many times, or a few times, I should say. There haven't been that many Classic Physique Olympias. This guy, condition-wise, he usually just destroys everybody. See what we're saying when we didn't see striations on some pecs? This is what pec striations look like right there.
Yeah.
That's how pecs are supposed to look when you're in shape. Not a massive guy compared to some of the shorter ones. I don't know how tall he is. I'm guessing around 5'10" or so.
Yeah.
But he'll be in the mix.
There's a lot. There's 70 guys in Classic.
Dude,
Well, 70.
it's way too many. The
Oh,
last
Yeah,
guy,
it's too much.
the last guy I'll mention, just because I forgot to mention him in the previews, and he was pushing rough and hard at the Pittsburgh show, is Matt Grego, one of Derek Lunsford's training partners. Another young guy. Fantastic physique.
Fresh muscle.
I think he's the sleeper, to be honest with you. I think he's a sleeper. I think he could slide right in there in the top 3 easily in the top 3.
Yeah. So apologies, Matt, that I didn't have you in my other previews. There's so many damn good guys in Classic that I always forget about somebody. So this is why I'm wrong, Harris. This is why you guys like to remind me.
He looks like Arash Rothbard to me a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Big
Arash.
quads, man.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Arash. He's bigger.
Arash,
He's got a great
Doesn't
physique,
look.
man.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Arash-
he's a sleeper. Don't sleep on this guy, man. He's dangerous and he's hungry.
yeah, there he was pushing Wesley. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all the guys I want to show because, good Lord, we've already been going for almost an hour and a half. Do we want to do predictions? Why not? We'll just do predictions. We'll just do them for open. Now, obviously, these are wild speculations. This is if everybody nails it, which never, ever, ever happens. In 61 years of Mr. Olympia, maybe the year that Arnold showed up and nobody competed against him, or Sergio showed up and nobody. Yeah, but since then, we see guys even now on Instagram. They might look fantastic right now. Stage, you're gonna be like, huh, what happened to this dude? Or you might see people who look kind of watery and washed out now. They hit the stage, you're like, damn. So we'll see.
Now,
So
are these predictions on the premise that everyone's at 100%?
yes.
Okay. All right. That makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
That makes all
Ever.
the difference in the world right there. Okay.
Yeah. So King,
You want me to go first?
obviously you're King Kamali.
I got you. All right. Samson, number 1.
Yep.
Hottie, number 2. Nick, number 3. Derek, number 4. That's how I see it.
Give me 5th. Try.
Wow. If everybody's at 100%,
Yeah.
Behrus.
Behrus. So what if Andrew's we've never seen Andrew in Behrus condition before. Behrus kills him on condition. But if Andrew is in, I know I'm throwing wild scenarios out there. If Andrew is in the shape that Tabani usually brings, does he beat Behrus?
If they're all 100%, what would make Behrus jump ahead of him will be Behrus' glutes and his back shots, number 1. And in the side shots, Andrew just still too tall. He's not going to, in his side shots, he looks a little bit shallow, as big as he is. That's the only why I'm giving Behrus the edge. That's, again, if everybody's 100%.
Yeah. Make Kamali a regular? Well, I'd love to, but I don't like to impose. Guy's a busy man. Big Mike Cox, go for it.
Listen, if everybody's 100%, listen, I'm going to Guyana. I'm taking that big thing of Kool-Aid, and I'm just drinking it all, right? So I'm going to go Samson, Andrew, Hottie, Derek.
Yeah, that's one way you
I'm not
could do it.
drinking Derek Kool-Aid this year, bro. Well, he's a good dude, but I'm not just yet. I'm got my money on one. Andrew's gonna one day. Andrew's gonna nail it. Like what from the Browns win the Super Bowl. Andrew's gonna nail it like that. It's gonna happen one day.
Oh, I apologize for not mentioning Brett Wilkin. I believe he's a very likely top 10 guy. He's looking fantastic. So again, there's so many good guys. Like somebody always gets lost. So My apologies, Butcher. He's looking fantastic. So I'm stalling for time, but my top 5, because I got to do it. I can't let you guys get all the hate. I will go Samson number 1. That's not that difficult. I think Hadi will be second. Third. Do I give it to Derek? No, I'm gonna give Nick Walker third, Derek Lunsford fourth, and I think Andrew's gonna surprise us. I'm gonna put him in fifth. So we'll see. We'll see.
Go ahead, bro. Get with me, Ryan. 2 glasses.
Does King do RX? Comments with the O. Yeah, well,
they've asked me to do it. Palumbo asked me to do it, and I did it 3 years in a row. The problem is that I have to be at my son's football game the next day, and that's in New York. So I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not missing his games for anybody.
Yeah.
Okay? They're 5 games in. He scored 16 touchdowns.
Jesus.
He's absolutely fucking killing it. Not to mention he's playing Iron Man. He's starting running back and middle linebacker. So the kid's a stud. Right now, we're already getting prep schools and Don Bosco and BC and St. They're all contacting him and contacting me, so I can't miss it. But I will do my best.
Okay.
BJ's will be over at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the wrap up. I remember how late we were out there, and we were in their own time zone. You add 3 hours to that. Oh my gosh! You're not gonna go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking Mike's the youngest. You just turned what? 52.
52.
I'm the next youngest, 56. King, you're not that much older than me. What are you? 57.
57. I'm 52, man.
You're 52. You're younger than all of us.
Yeah.
You're the same age as Mike.
My
birthday, bro.
March.
So when you turned pro, you were like 21 or 22.
Yeah, I was. No, I turned pro at 27. I think 27.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
So I've been corrected. I am the old man. I don't feel old.
4 a.m. nights anymore, Ron.
Yeah, just go back 10 years, man. The new 50 is a new 40, man. That's how it goes. I'm still getting hit on by.
Oh, we lost the audio because your wife probably just turned off your microphone. Can you hear me, King?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Somebody just called me. I said I'm still getting hit. 20-year-olds still hit on me, so I'm
still. Okay. Yeah.
Good thing, bro.
You have any daughters?
I do, and she got a full ride to Fordham. So
very nice.
Yeah, I've been blessed, knock on wood, with some amazing kids, and yes, just very, very lucky. Very lucky.
Awesome.
Okay. Thursday. What time is it in India? It's 6 a.m. Okay, well,
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's it, man. You've been very generous with your time, King. Appreciate it.
Man. Anytime, man.
Appreciate
Love you
guys.
Give him a follow. It's pretty easy to remember. King Kamali. Follow me at Ron Harris Muscle. And of course, Big Mike Cox. That is not his porn stage name. It's his real name. It's on his driver's license. So give us all a follow for sure. And that's it, man. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it as always. It's going to be an amazing show. All information for the show. It's a very difficult website. I hope you guys can remember. It's called MrOlympia.com. MrOlympia.com. You can get the pay-per-view. In fact, if you get it right now, you can see some of the check-ins, see how many of these classic guys are going to be shit out of luck, if any. I mean, that'd be shocking because there's 70 guys. What if like 20 of them don't make their weight?
Quick show.
Yeah, well, it helps out the judges for sure, but there's going to be a lot of butthurt people.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. All remains to be seen. But we'll also be doing a watch party, guys, Friday and Saturday nights here with Mike Cox and Giles. He's going to stay up super late in UK.
Really?
So appreciate that. Thanks for watching another episode of the Meathead Podcast, guys. We will see you next time.